I don't have those whore daddy issues. I have the daddy issues where I'm willing to abandon you, the situation, and anything that we've created together, I'm willing to leave it, okay? And I have never believed a word you said. I just went with the flow. Those kind of daddy issues.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and also for the future fathers, future baby daddies, whatever it may be called. You know, this is a day for our celebration, you know, for the work that we're currently doing and already have done. And I hope most of you guys out there are appreciated on this special day. And I just basically want to react quickly to this, whatever podcast as is basically just talking about, you know, what happens when a father doesn't do his job by raising a child. And in my personal experience is by raising a daughter, because I only have a daughter, 10-year-old. So it always, when I see stuff like this that pops up on the internet and through social media, it makes me want to prepare and be ready as my child gets older. So one, she doesn't end up like this. And two, she has the tools to be successful in life as a young girl growing to be a teenager and a young lady. You know, it's very important, in my opinion, to have a good stability set for a child in their life. So once they become an adult, they have something to fall back on, you know, some level of ethics and morality to stick to. So I'm going to basically, like I said, react to this video and kind of see what I can pick out from here and see if any nuggets can be ascertained.
I moved from a very closed-minded space, family, friends, to burst out and be me.
Something you said earlier is you won't take advice from people that you don't respect. So can you explain who it is that you respect, and does that include either of your parents?
My dad and my business partner. My mom, I actually don't respect that much because she was a huge part in keeping me so caged so.
Now, she said that she don't really respect her mom because she was a huge part of keeping her so caged. Now, that could go either way. So we don't have context, I believe, in that particular reasoning for that. Because sometimes, you know, you could give too much structure and actually break a child. You know, so it sounds like her dad gave her a lot of love, but no structure. So now she just basically flies and does whatever she wants. And the opposition or the juxtaposition to that is that her mom apparently sounds like she gave her too much structure and not too much love. So once again, that basically caused a child to just basically become a renegade. You know, like I said, having a daughter, I realized I have to give her that structure, that discipline, but I also have to, even it out, you know, kind of like balance on a seesaw, even out with empathy, sympathy, care, and love. You know, for instance, when I scold my child, I'll say about, depending on what the situation is, but I'll say later in the day, maybe the next day, I let her know I love her, I care for her, and I give her some positive feedback, you know, because I don't want to break her. But I do, at the same time, want to discipline her. It's very important.
So much of my life. My dad, I was raised very Christian. My dad was a pastor. I was homeschooled. It doesn't get more caged than that.
Wait, her dad was a pastor and she was homeschooled? Something went wrong. Like I said, this young lady, I don't even know who she is, whatever. I just clicked on the link, but I can only imagine that she's very promiscuous. She probably has OnlyFans. I think she probably said that a little before. And I mean, just going to her Instagram page real quick. Oh my God. Look at this stuff. Damn. Oh man, I'll tell you, I definitely do not want my daughter on Instagram. I'll be like, baby girl, you ain't getting on Instagram until you turn 18 and you're out of the house. Cause look at this stuff. Damn, man, these girls, man. But anyway, we're looking at her Instagram, and from what I'm gathering, she seems to be very promiscuous, and something really went wrong if her dad is a pastor and she was homeschooled.
I had no fucking life for the longest time. My dad
was majority of the comments. Your relationship with your dad. So that's actually
yeah. So me and my dad are really, really good friends. He knows what
Whoa. See, that's the thing. See, that's what it sounds like. Her dad gave her so much love and not a lot of structure, because you never, ever want to be your child's friend. Seriously. I mean, I'm in my 40s. My dad's in his 80s. We're still not friends. We cool. I love him. I still respect him. You know, but we're not friends. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Like, for instance, I could still go out with my dad, go to a restaurant, but I probably won't drink. I probably won't curse. It's a level of reverence, respect for my dad. But with my friend, I would go out to a restaurant, I would drink, I would curse, not a lot, but, somewhat. It's because that level of respect for my dad is something that I don't want to break. I don't even want to, how you would say, disappoint him. And that's the same thing parents nowadays need to do with their children. Don't be your child's friend. Be your child's parent. Children really desire and want structure in their lives. They're not going to voice it out. They're not going to verbalize it to you, but that's what they really desire and want and need, most importantly. Like I will say sometimes to my daughter, you don't have to like me. You don't have to love me. But what you will do, you will respect me. That's the main thing. That's my love language from her to me. You have to respect me. You don't have to give me love. You don't have to give me like. But respect is demanded. I will give you the love. I will give you the care. I'll give you the affection, but I don't need it from my child. And I think that's what happens with a lot of parents or a lot of adults that have kids is that they have an empty tank of love and affection from another adult or even from their parents that they're seeking it now from their children. And that's very unfortunate because it causes an unbalance in the relationship between child and parent.
My whole family knows what I do. The rest of my family choose to not speak to me, and that's something I've accepted. But my dad and I have a really good connection because he's like the one male in my life that it's given me some of the best advice I've ever gotten.
Hold on a second. If your dad's your friend, and from what I saw on Instagram and seeing her right here on this podcast, what I believe that she does from she has stated by being on OnlyFans, basically being an online prostitute, I can't imagine her dad giving her great advice. I mean, he probably just told her a lot of fluff, a lot of positive reinforcement, but he basically didn't give her the discipline and give her advice to protect her as she goes further in life. Because for her to be this very promiscuous, especially on camera, I mean, it basically shows that she has very little moral and ethics. And the fact that she said her dad's a pastor, it just shows that he allows it because he's seeking her affection. So he'll tell her what she wants to hear, and he'll give in. So she'll, basically capitulate some love back to him that he basically seems like he's not getting by being disciplined. And that's why I told my daughter, you ain't got to like and love me, because I receive like and love. I receive like from my friends, and I receive love from my family. So I don't need that from her. If I get that, that's ice on a cake. But respect is demanded. And that allows me, and I would imagine most parents, to enact discipline and structure on the children even when the child is upset with them, and that's very important.
And continue to encourage me to be positive no matter what happens.
Does he encourage you in your line of work though?
Absolutely. He encourages me to be safe.
Why is that bad for her father to encourage her in her line of work just because it's a
you know
profession
what?
that you don't
can
respect?
I say something? I actually send my...
See, but yeah, it is wrong for her father to encourage her in this type of behavior, because once again, this behavior is going to be very detrimental in her life as she gets older. Because, when a woman is very promiscuous at a young age, when she gets older, she's not going to get the same attention that she garnered when she was younger. So she's going to start engaging into going way beyond the cliff and doing some off the wall type sexual things, and possibly might lead to stuff where she started doing some things like drugs, and might lead to like some level of criminal activity, because when she gets older, she's not going to get as much attention. Therefore, she's not going to be making as much money, and she most likely has a lifestyle that she wants to maintain. And, it's just a snowball effect. So this basically, it's kind of like a guy being a drug dealer. It has a short shelf life, and same thing with an OnlyFans girl or a prostitute or a stripper.
Parents' money
so you don't
every
consider
month.
it a
So why wouldn't he encourage me? Like I help my family.
I don't know who to listen to right now.
She just said she helps her family, so it sounds like her dad is pimping her. Hold on a second. Let me rewind it real quick.
You know what? Can I say something? I actually send my parents money every month. So why wouldn't he encourage me? Like,
yeah, she says she sends her parents money every month. So that basically answers right there. So basically, her dad didn't do his job as a man to be able to provide for himself after his daughter's already grown and I don't think he's with the mom. But either way, he's not able to provide for himself. So now he's at a point where he's being beholden to his daughter's financial stability to help him out. And by doing that, he's just going to tell her what she wants to hear because he wants to continue to receive the financial benefits. And that's very, very unfortunate, man. As a man and as a father, disgusting, man. I mean, I'll tell you, I'd rather be homeless than to have my daughter pay my bills through doing sex work. I mean, if she want to pay my bills by doing a regular W-2 job and help me out, hey, I appreciate that, you know? But no, I'd rather die. I'd rather die, seriously. Because you basically have failed as a father.
I help my family.
I don't know who to listen to right now.
Sorry. She makes money. That's a profession. So, I mean,
I don't know if I would call it that.
And that's another thing with these ladies, man. They just justify everything by making money. I make money. It's like the same thing like a guy selling drugs, but you're doing something that's very unethical, very immoral, and something that's going to catch up to you because it has a short shelf life. And the same thing with these OnlyFans girls and these girls in sex work. They justify it by saying it's legal. Making my bread, get my bag, whatever these kids say nowadays. But they're not seeing the forest for the trees. You know, they're not seeing further down the road. And that's why you need someone older in your life to give you that guidance. Someone older in your life that's wise and also cares for you, especially if they care for you unconditionally. Because they're going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear so you can benefit them, which sounds like a father's doing.
I mean, a drug dealer makes money. Is that a really...
No, that's not the same thing.
I don't just do OnlyFans.
Drug dealing is illegal.
Yeah, I understand.
OnlyFans is illegal.
But look at this,
time,
like,
please.
prostitution is illegal.
Okay,
I'm not a prostitute.
Prostitution isn't OnlyFans. That's consensual, and that's on a platform.
Oh, I like that this is getting
but
brought
then
up,
people
though.
call prostitution the oldest profession, and I don't think of it as a profession.
You sound like my mom. My mom thinks I'm literally out on the sidewalk selling myself when I'm like...
See, prostitution is the oldest profession because sex is easy for women. Always has been, always will be. And as humans, we take the path of least resistance. Normally, we tend to because it's natural, it's within our nature, you know? And since it's easy for women, and nowadays in this society is being pretty much not just, accepted, but it's being glorified, a lot of women are going to enter into that. I mean, they can leave good professions as nurses and lawyers and go into OnlyFans. And it just messes up society as a whole. It's basically a small snowball that turns to a big avalanche. And a lot of these ladies, I hate to see it, man, they're going to be wrecked by the time they get into their 30s, like 35 to 40. They're going to be wrecked. That's why when I see stuff like this, I be mindful because I want to be very prepared as my daughter gets older because I can only imagine it's going to get worse by, 10 years from now in 2030 and 2033 when she's of age. So it's good to pay attention to things like this and also be conscious about this so you're well prepared as your child gets older, that they're ready for the world they're about to step into. Because the world that I step into in the late 90s is not the same right now, apparently.
Doing OnlyFans,
but it's so different because it's 2D,
home.
Right?
2D.
Okay,
it's on a screen.
You guys, we'll maybe come back to that. Just one point of clarification. You said when you say you do OnlyFans, are you doing boy, girl, solo content?
Everything.
Have you done anything in the traditional porn industry?
No, I don't work for or have done anything for mainstream porn.
Yeah, so she does OnlyFans, which I figured. I figured a lot of these girls on the show does OnlyFans. I would imagine so. I mean, I don't think you're getting girls with regular 9-to-5 professions on here. But I could be wrong.
Got it. By the way, guys, I think we have TTS figured out, so I'm going to start...
All right, so that's it for that particular video. So once again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and also to the men. They're doing their jobs to be a positive figure in a young person's life. It's very important, especially in this society, the way it's going. And like I said before, I can only imagine it's getting worse and worse. So let's do our jobs. Let's continue moving forward. Even if we may not get the appreciation or we're not getting the love that we're looking for, let's continue to push forward and know that you're doing God's work and you're doing something that's going to resonate in your child's life or in a young person's life. And they're going to see it as they get older and they're going to appreciate it. So I don't expect flowers from my daughter right now. I don't expect appreciation from her right now, but I'm looking forward to it when she's 20, 25, 30, as she gets older and she's like, wow, Dad had my back. That day he scolded me and that day he grounded me, he had my back. And that's what I'm looking forward to. So let me know, leave a comment down below, and tell me, how important is a father in a child's life?